Alright, so it's like we just didn't do anything the entire time. Okay, let's go to daytime. Let's press AM. Go down here. Click on this. And what's our issue here? So there's nothing wrong with it right now. So we need to change the rotation to preferably 90. And our pitch control here needs to go down to... Well, it's right now it's not doing anything. And then we gotta wait for this thing to go around real quick. See if it changed. Or if it's messed up for the whole thing again. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it went up. Okay, now that I know that's up, then we can go back over here. Click on this one. And we will change the pitch control to, I guess, negative 90, right? Is that as low as we can go? We'll spin this around real quick. But 90's not... I wanted to... Can it not go any lower than that? Then it's not pitch control. What did I have changed then? I don't even know what I changed. Alright, let's extend this out a little bit longer. 24. So it's not pitch control. Well, we do need it to be that one. But it also needs to be seat control, I guess. And seat control must be negative 30. There we go. Now, did this get changed? Here. It did get changed. Why, though? Why did this get changed? I do not know why this got changed. Okay. We gotta change this back to... This has to be changed to 0. Yeah, there we go. And then that should be good. There's a lot of waiting in Planet Coaster for people that don't know. Seat pitch. Alright, thanks, man. Alright, here we go. And especially the longer and longer we're going to go with these rides, it's going to take, like, forever. This isn't working for some reason. It was working last time. It's not working now. Why? I don't know. I mean, at least it's going with it, but... Oh, there we go. Oh, no, it's not working correctly. Okay. Ah, gosh. Alright, hold on. Let's speed it through. I canceled it. The cancel it should bring it to the front. Press test. Yes. Okay. What's up, LOL? How you doing, man? Can you rate my park? I haven't done any ratings, but if you post it in our Discord, your Steam link, maybe I can. I mean, I haven't done that before, but I could. I actually have no I could. It wouldn't be today, by the way, but I could. Okay, so this looks fine. Yeah, you get to see the bar really good at the end. All right, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. And this is why I trim videos out. Sometimes. Not all the time. I usually don't, but I'm definitely trimming it out today. We're just going to start from here. Okay. So, we're going to change this back to whatever it was. It's seat pitch control, seat rotation, and arm control. Those should be all good. And right about here, so what for, okay, 3, 2, 1. So what we're doing today for people that are just tuning in, we are building the Path of Glory ride, and it's a World War I movie. It is by far probably one of the most realistic World War I movies, and the scenes that we're going to be going through, here's a quick image of the movie. We're going to be going through, we're going to start off, we're going to have a transition here with some special effects, sort of like smoke or something here. So you're going to transition from there. We're going to be looking down into the trenches here. We're going to be looking down in the trenches, seeing all the soldiers lining up. And then we're going to turn and we're going to look at the battlefield right about here. See the battlefield, see a bunch of explosions. And that's going to be it for that scene for this movie. It's actually going to be quite simple. Nothing too crazy. I would like it to go a little bit longer, but we'll just go to here. By the way, I will like to look at your park. Not gonna, but I don't know when I would. I just want to tell you that right now, because I'm gonna be very busy with school. But maybe I can make that a series, because I know I'm not gonna really have any time coming up here to actually play probably proper streams. There's gonna be a ton of homework I have to do, so maybe I can just do, maybe I could just do, what's it called? Oh, yes. I can do Planet Coaster Park review for the time being. That would be pretty cool, because there's a bunch of parks that I would love to look at and watch. This looks very nice. Thank you, LOL. What's up, Meep? What's up, Ohio? What's up, Minnie? How are you guys doing? Oh, by the way, Minnie, great stream you were having yesterday. I don't know if you were like in a you were obviously in a Discord call, but I mean, on the what's that game called? Smash Bros. Yes, that's as close as I got into the Ocarina of Time. I did play on the the Zelda one where there was the big tree. You start at the big tree, and then you go through like a log, but it took you like a certain period of time to get through that log. That probably is not enough details, but I played that one too. I don't think I ever beat it though. And there was like a castle, and at nighttime, if you didn't get across the castle, there was like skeleton people. It's very traumatic as a child, but I wish I could play that again. I do think well, okay, now it's time to go for more depressing stories. So, we had this Nintendo 64 that we were saving, and then my dad just threw it in the garbage like at senior year of high school. I don't know why. My uncle gave me his Nintendo 64, and I think it came with, well, no, we don't have the Smash, we don't have the Ocarina, we don't have what's it called anymore, Zelda, because my dad threw that in the garbage. Like, he threw away like something quite OG, and I mean, it worked. It was working perfectly fine. There was no issues with it. But we played, it was the Zelda, I don't know which one it was. It was called Zelda, maybe it was just called Zelda. I don't know. But we were playing it, and yeah, now it's gone. But I do have the Mario Brothers from my uncle on the 64. And the only issue is there's no color. And I'm not I'm not going to freak out with no color. I watch a lot of movies without color in it. So I'm not really an issue with that, but it's very upsetting that, like my dad threw it all away. for like no reason. Like it worked perfectly fine, but yeah, we don't have it anymore. But that's why I never had a chance to play Ocarina of Time. I guess I could probably find a copy, and then you know, play it on there, because I technically do have an extra 64, but I do not have my original 64. I'm choking. I didn't even eat or drink anything. That might be a disease. You might want to talk to your parents about that, Noble Jesse. Yes, that stream got crazy, LOL. I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. I don't normally rage that much. Yeah, I was raging about 20 minutes before the stream started. Or, I mean, not before the stream started. During the stream. And I usually don't try to rage at Planet Coaster that often either. But, it was giving me a lot of issues. There's a lot of stuff going on. I had to take a phone call. Thankfully, it took that phone call, because I thought it was another solicitor, but it was actually the person I needed to talk to. I should probably put that person's phone number in my phone. Create a new contact. Add it to existing contact, I guess. We'll update that. All right, beautiful. But yeah, it's... Oh, cancel. God, I hate iPhones. It's so easy. It's so easy to call someone so accidentally. There should be an option where it's like, are you sure you want to call this person? Like, it just does like that one pop-up. Yeah, I play a Nintendo 64 if you can. Virtual Console hates me. Oh, that's awesome. You have the original 64. I mean, I still have an original one, but I just got that Mario one, the Mario 64, which was really fun, by the way. Yo, I got a channel comment on my newest video. I have deleted the comment. Yeah, you probably should. Yeah, there's a lot of bots that comment on everyone's videos. By the way, we're doing a World War I ride scene here from Paths of Glory. And I think we went with the gingerbread, to be honest with you. Gingerbread, because I think that looks the closest to dirt, because there is no dirt in this game, technically. I just typed in dirt. Gingerbread. We need gingerbread flat pieces. It does look pretty unrealistic like now, but when it's at nighttime, it actually blends in, because it's going to be a dark ride. So we'll split this from the scene. We'll redo what we did there. It's a little bit shorter than we originally had, but that's fine. That is fine. It's going to be a lot of details anyway, so we probably should have... The shorter the better, probably. And then from here, we'll probably... I mean, this is actually quite long. But, I mean, the entirety of this box is probably not going to be that long. We're probably going to have it spin here. Right here, we're probably going to have it spin it. Have it come back down here. Spin it again. And then that should be enough room for the rides. I might cut out a couple... I might cut out a couple of Stanley Kubrick films. But I'm not sure yet. So we need a transition effect here. This looks fine to me. Yeah. But we need to make a World War I trench. Let me see if I can pull that image back up. Let me see if we can find a trench image here. Oh, here we go. Even better. We'll save this one. And it's actually in good quality. So we'll save this image here. And there we go. Yes. Here's an image from the film. We need to make something that looks like this. And that's why we use gingerbread, just because it's going to look like dirt at nighttime. You can see the shadow here. That's what it's going to look like when it's all enclosed. We're going to need like wood boards, those duck boards there. We're going to need a step-up board, and we're going to need wood logs on the side. It looks like there's It looks like it's kind of like wood logs on the side, but I don't know if we have like a log cabin pieces or something like that. But we will find out. We'll find out real quick. I do know we have the wood, because we did do sort of a trench system in the trenches for our Civil War battle over there. So let's see if we can find some wood. Oh, you know what we could do? We can actually make this as simple as possible. That probably would be the easiest and the smartest way to do it. So let's go over to our ride over here. Sometimes in Planet Coaster, you can't go forward. Sometimes you can only go backwards. It's a little glitchy, Hey, Claude and everyone, how are you doing? Let the party commence. How are you doing, Liam? Thanks for coming out to the stream, big fella. So what we need to do is we need to take these pieces here. Because, you know what? We might as well use the trench that already exists in our game. So we'll take this trench pieces here, which are the... Please, Lord, let me... Can you let me go forward? Like, I have to press shift, the shift bar to let me go forward. Please. Please, Planet Coaster. Please let me go forward. Yeah, sometimes it really has issues. Okay, so here we go. This should be fine. Let's pause it here. But we want to make these trenches sort of as perfect as possible. You can see that this is not straight. So we need to try to get this a little bit more straight here. And we'll pull this over to here. Move this up. And we'll cover those spikes. We obviously do not want the spikes sticking out. We could probably keep them in, but we're going to cover them in. And we're going to keep the wood paneling here in the side, sort of like you see this here. Just because it kind of looks realistic to the aspect of... You know, obviously they couldn't put the straps on the other side of the wall because it's built into dirt. So we're going to have to kind of keep it like this. Move this across to here. And we're going to get that set in. We might actually want to overhang it a little bit, those sharp rods. And then that will be our trench. That should be our trench. We'll press play. We're going to see where this thing goes. I really wish when it crashed, it would let us sort of go back to how would you say it? Like, stay on the thing. Like, restart all the way. What's up, Simon? Thanks for coming out to the stream, man. Okay, here we go. I need to see the transition from there to there. So we'll turn down, and the trenches... Pause. Okay, so the trenches should probably be a little bit wider. Yeah, they probably should be a little bit wider. Or I can just... I mean, this is why I built this on its own palette. Well, if the game will let me grab it. Well, those wooden things are not a part of the same palette. But we could just take this and slide that a little bit over. To probably right about there. Try to line that up as perfectly as possible in the middle. Put that in the middle right about there. And we will click on this. And press I, click on this. Move this over here. You know, this is why you put these together. And that should look like a World War I trench as we're going through this. We may have some issues with walking into people. At nighttime, does this really turn into dirt? Because that's another issue I could see being an issue. Does that look like dirt at nighttime? It does. Okay, gingerbread does look like dirt at nighttime. All right, beautiful. So that should look like a good trench there. I would like the camera to sort of go up. Or I can move these down. I want the guests to be able to sort of see over the wall. A little bit. I mean, maybe we don't even need two of these here. Because the way I'm doing this is not going to be an entire box. This down here will be an entire box, but this is just a bridge section. You know, this is just going to be just a hallway for people that obviously they can't look up. They can't look up during this, so we're just gonna, you know, let's just delete the bottom ones. We'll delete that there. Click on this one. Delete the bottom stuff here. Click on I. Bring those down. And that should be good enough for the bridge section. Now the issue is, I'm gonna have to undo that in a second. I'm 100% sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to still undo that. Alright. Maybe we should move this entire thing up. Right, we'll click on this, we'll click on this, we'll click on this, not the ride. I don't actually want the ride to move. We'll move this up. Maybe that'll be good. Oh, it looks like Claude wants to give his customers PTSD. Maybe. Okay, so the issue that I was going to have there with shortening it is I'm not going to be able to get animatronics in here. So, and I obviously need animatronics. It's really upsetting that I cannot change the British people to a different color. Like, I can't change their coats from red coats to anything else. Animatronics. Where are my animatronics at? Here they are. Okay, so that should be good. That should be good. We can move that down just slightly. The archer's the most realistic to the people's heads, but obviously we don't need that realistic. Put that there. And we'll click on this, we'll click on this, and we'll try to lower that down as much as possible. And maybe the people will be able to see over it. Or maybe we could just get rid of the can't a little bit. Make it a little bit less. That should be good. And now, could I actually delete this? I could delete that. Okay, so maybe I could have originally kept that. All right, so we'll delete these here, and then we'll click on this side, delete those. Obviously, we are running very high on our part count or our piece count here. We're having actually we're gonna have a lot of lag issues if we don't already have them now. That should be good. Then we're gonna click on the ride and change this can't to, or this pitch control from this to definitely less than whatever that is. So that's the last one here. Click on this. This is at 30. Let's go to 15, 12, 16, yeah. Press, okay, that looks all good. And press play. See how that looks, and we'll come back in a second. By the way, did you see the thing that I made? I did. I did put it in. I didn't put it in the park yet, but I do have it saved on the thing. So I could put it in the park today. I have it all hooked up. Um, 16 is not enough. 16 is not enough. Alright. Let's go back over here. Let's change this to 24, maybe. Because what was it? It was at 30. Maybe 20. Let's try 20. I didn't look at it, Simon. By the way, Simon, this is sort of the ride that we're making today. sort of the scene that we're making. So it'll be pretty cool. That screen doesn't go off when you're on triple speed. I just figured that out. Because it was working when I wasn't on triple speed. Alright, here we go. Okay, did that change that can't? It doesn't seem like it changed at all. I don't know, maybe it just... Maybe I just don't realize it. Maybe it's just that not that much of a chip difference. Okay, we're just going to stay with that. That'll be fine. So let's click on these two. Can we merge these into pieces together? We can. And we will, I guess... maybe we can click on these and sort of pull these closer. Like, I know for a fact that's good there, but I don't know what the transition's going to be. Because obviously it needs to go from a racetrack to World War One. So, there's going to be smoke. I know that's going to be the transition. And... I don't know. We'll just move it down for now and just kind of have a very rough transition piece here. Merge those together. We'll duplicate that and click the wrong button. How? Click that, move that down to here. We'll put that in here. And that should be good. And then from the, I mean, it should be good. I don't think it will be good because we're obviously going to be changing here in a second again. This whole thing should just be these World War I sort of style things. Merge those pieces together. We'll duplicate that. We'll bring that to there. We got to go ahead and take a little peeksy-weekskies at this. Like that. And then we'll edit this. We'll delete this. And then that should be good. And we'll just have to wait for this to come around. But now that we have that set up, we might want to do a little bit of details like down here, do some duck boards. Obviously, that just glitched through that. We got to take another look at that. We'll get rid of this archer in a minute, too. We'll save, too, before something else goes wrong. Let's ride this right here. Okay. So that looks like dirt. You can see over the trench. You'll be able to see people in here. That was the big thing that I wanted to see. And you actually do not see the trenches underneath you here. I would actually kind of like you to see the bottom wood, to be honest. But we're not going to actually be able to see that, are we? Because this is kind of sticking out. I could, in theory... Well, that's actually a perfect placement as well. I could, in theory, we can edit this. And we can grab this here. That's not straight. Okay. Try that again. Edit this here. Oops, oops, oops. And we'll duplicate this. Move that a little bit forward here. And move this up. So it kind of looks like you're still in the trench, but you're not. Sort of vibe. And that should be good. I think children could maybe have a difficulty here, so we'll lower it down a little bit more. Yes, children can get on this ride, if that's what you guys are asking. Maybe it definitely has to go up more. Sorry, children. We'll click on this, and we'll actually split this from the scene, and then we'll move that up, because I may have to adjust that later on. Like, I kind of want to be like, oh, you're looking over the thing. And maybe that's what they were trying to go for in that movie, 1917. Maybe that's what they were trying to go for, but I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. And it looks like we're in there. All right. And then obviously we have to do the end, but okay, we got the first part done. Beautiful. Let's go back to daytime and let's do some adjustments here. Obviously we get to delete that guy for one. And we need to do some duck boards. So we are going to get sort of a general pattern up here, and then we're going to just kind of copy and paste and splice. Just put it in. So we should take a piece from... We should grab ourselves a flat piece. Well, let's click on the build plate here. We'll move that out. Right? Oops. We'll take this out over here. We'll go down. 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 We'll go down to 5 here. And we'll split this from a scene. And we're going to make our own sort of like dirty ground. So anything that we find that looks very dirty, we'll put it in here. For example, wood, rocks, that sort of vibe stuff. Let's start with the wood. Let's see if we can get some duck boards in here. Wood. All right, here we go. So there are some duck boards in here, or they're called drift, but that's close enough. We're gonna do some duck boards here. It does need to be thicker than that, so like kind of, you know, your ride's not looking super crazy. And we'll move this down a little bit. I have absolutely no idea why that's not straight, but that's fine. Whiplash. Yes. Yes, whiplash. There will be a lot of whiplash. I hope not. I hope people don't have a problem with it. I love Planet Coaster music, man. It makes me feel a lot better. There's like a ton of issues that are going on in my life right now. But nobody wants to hear about that. We want to play Planet Coaster. So let's turn this around like this. Move that over here. And those duck boards look pretty gosh dang nasty. But it's World War I, and you really don't have a choice. You kind of like, that's it, guy. Of course, it couldn't be World War I without any barrels sitting around somewhere. So we'll put some barrels on the side. And we'll put a... oh, we should have done it the other way around. Let's put an explosive barrel here. We'll hide the death symbols. And we'll turn it off. So we'll go to stationary. We'll put in these here. Put another big barrel like that. And we'll put some more little barrels. I think this will be the food in the trenches. Put another one here. Spin. And then that should be it. By the way, we're not keeping this gingerbread here. We're going to just delete this, and then we're just going to put this here, and then we're just going to, like, paste it down. We're just going to, like, pretty much... I mean, we'll flip it so it doesn't look all the same. Do a little bit of changing upping, but it's going to be pretty consistent. What is this? Planet Coaster fence. I don't know if I want that exactly. We'll put that there. We'll do the we'll do some more barrels down here. A little bit less on the side. We gotta make sure that these are stationary so it doesn't just explode. I mean, we could have them explode, but I don't really want them to, you know. Streambot is dead. Claude killed him. I hope not. I checked last night and it was working. I just don't know why it isn't working. I want to hear about the issues. Let's hear. Yeah, no, there's, I mean, they're just more, I mean, there's like more just annoyances, man. It just is what it is, I guess. I mean, they'll all be resolved on Monday morning, but there's like, I got like no time anymore. Like after this week, it's gonna be very, like, weird. It's gonna be very weird for some period of time. Like there's a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of big projects that I'm coming on, like big projects that I'm coming on at my university. Um, there's a lot of big projects that I'm going to be on, so I mean, it's just very stressful, very very stressful. I also got offered this internship that I don't know if it's going through or not. Uh, Honestly, don't want to take the internship. To be quite honest with you, I don't want to take this internship, but kind of got talked into doing it, and it doesn't sound like it's going through, or it might be going through. I don't know. I spent, there's a bunch of paid for my classes. Now I got like no money. Um, just the basics. The basic college life. Have you been to college before? But yeah, it's going to be very. Oh, by the way, this internship would definitely trigger like 90% of people in chat, and I don't even want to take it. I mean, maybe not everyone would be upset with it, but I definitely do not want to do it. But kind of got forced into doing it, and it might or might not go through. So we'll see what happens. And if it does go through, then I have to do a quality job on it, regardless of what's going on. I mean, I'm not gonna go out there and throw it. I'm not gonna throw an internship because I don't agree with the person. I still wouldn't do that, but watch the person watching the internship's watching my stream right now. Yeah, I would not throw an internship just because I didn't like a person, but I really do not want to do it. We'll see what happens, though. I don't know. We don't know. We're in limbo right now. I still don't have a response back. That's the most stressful thing, is waiting for this intern thing to go through or not to go through. That's the most stressful thing. And classes are starting up. It's gonna be very very stress here. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm trying to find. Well, I mean, I could make these skeletons sort of. I can make these skeletons not. I mean, I want to put some bones in here, but I don't feel like even in World War. I mean, in World War One, a lot of people died, but I don't think there would be bones in the trenches. There probably was bones in the trenches, but I. No, you're probably right. There probably was bones in the trenches because I saw a documentary where they were on. They were in Belgium and they had two. Like, by the way, this is the reason. They were in Belgium. I watched a documentary. They were in Belgium for they were doing it archaeological dig at a World War One site, and there were trenches that were buried in. They couldn't move the bodies out, so they buried them in the trenches. So when they went to excavate it back out, they found some of those bodies. The same thing with there was a lot of the reason that I didn't like it is because the Belgian government only wanted these holes to be dug in the ground for 1 week, and then they had to be refilled in. Like, that's so stupid. It was something stupid like that. I mean, somebody hasn't opened up the site in over 100 years or whatever it was, and they didn't want, like, they wanted it filled back in. Like, why couldn't they just have stayed a little longer? I mean, they only got to look at like such a small fraction of a thing, and then they had to fill it back in. It was just, I don't know. I'm looking for something that kind of looks like these trenches. I mean, It doesn't look too bad now, but I need to put a little bit more detail in there. Maybe some wood on the walls. You know, something like that. Maybe some vines or something. That's a huge A vine. I am cleaning my apartment right now. Oh, yeah. Nice, Zach. Just taking a break. Oh, Zach's already on location. He's about to be having some good time. Good. What is the internship? I don't get upset with Claude, with anything Claude does, except when he doesn't age up the baby. Except happens for everything happens for a reason. Sometimes things are just a coincidence. AJ, yes. Sometimes stuff is just a coincidence. Oh, here we go. We can do the dynamite plunger. We'll put it next to this explosive barrel. Yeah, I can't talk about the internship on this channel because I agreed to never talk about sort of these topics. But yeah, it's something that would piss like 50% of people off and piss the other 50% of people, or not. The other people wouldn't be upset. It'd be something like that. It's like, if I can't say what it is, but if you think about it, you probably could figure out what it is. Something along that line. Like, half the people will be upset, half the people will be not upset. Doesn't matter about. That's all I'll say. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if the coincidences come through. No matter which situation it is, somebody's going to get upset. And like I said, I'd still do a quality job for this person, regardless of who he is or she is. To be honest, I actually don't know who it is going to be, but it's about to be the most stressful. I mean, I know for a fact it's going to be the most stressful thing I've ever done in my entire life. So that's what I'm getting more stressed about, too. We'll see what happens, though. You know, we got to wait. Wait and see. Wait and see. Maybe you should get some more wood. We're like maybe get some ladders. Get some ladders kind of coming out of the trenches. Yeah, that would look cool. And then maybe we should put the robots in here while we're at it. Oh, what colors did the French wear in World War I? I don't even know, to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you what they wore in World War One. For some reason that's just blank in my mind. Maybe if I saw a picture, obviously I would know what colors they were, but I didn't even think about what colors do the French actually wear. I'm assuming they probably wore a white or a blue. I'm going to stick with more the blue side because technically they got out of the white after their revolution. So I don't know. I need a European historian here. Where are my European boys at? Okay, so that should be good here. And we'll move this over to here. And that looks pretty decent. I have a little bit of issues with some of these barrels. But that's nothing that we can't fix. Got some issues with barrels. Got some issues with... Got some issues with, what's it called? These ladders need to be changed. Gotta make them go a little... They gotta be turned a little bit more. Go like this. We'll take our little tool, and we'll actually not snap them this time. Alright, that looks good. This barrel needs to come in a little bit more. Just a little bit. Like, I'm not too worried about some of them glitching through. Like, for some reason, I'm... You know, that's enough to get me upset. I was about to say that wasn't enough to get me upset. Okay, beautiful. That looks fine to me. These we can move... we move these out just a little bit more. Alright. And then that should be good. And then we'll... I mean, once again, we'll just duplicate these. We could flip them. We could flip these around. Could flip them around. Gonna have to change them up a little bit. Claude is going to be stressed and triggered every stream. I barely missed a hurricane today. Yeah, be careful, Liam. Are you upset that the tactical shotgun is not in the new season of Fortnite? I'm so triggered. I am not upset about that, sadly. I mean, I am upset because there's not the option, but it is upsetting that it's gone. I mean, it's kind of always been there. I haven't seen too much gameplay of it. I didn't even know Doctor Doom was even a real superhero. Did nobody... I said this in your chat, your Discord. Zach picked the only superhero that nobody knew. Like, nobody knows who Doctor Doom is. Except from your City Skylines thing. Is that who your character's supposed to... Is that the same Doctor Doom that's in the City Skylines series? Because if it is, like, I don't think anybody knew. I don't think anybody knew. I didn't know that. But it does make sense now. And are you going to buy the Battle Pass this season, Zach? Because he's in it. Okay, that looks really good. I probably should have put the people in there first with it, but it's fine. Oh, my back is itching. Ah. French infantry wore red trousers and blue coats and red caps, and these were the combat uniforms, not their dress uniforms. Oh, thank you, Liam. So they were wearing red trousers and blue coats. Okay, beautiful. We could try to get that set up here. Oh, let's take a look and see what this exact... Okay, so we turn here. Okay, so it turns a little bit early, so this needs to be brought down a little bit more. So we'll bring this down a little bit more, and I kind of want this to, you know, not put a bunch of details down here. So we'll expand this one more like this. And then we'll put like a bunch of barrels here. I'm not too concerned that some of this is glitching through the walls. I mean, once again, you're not going to see that on the ride. I do want to keep this ride as realistic as possible. I do like being able to see this bar down here, you know. Just realistically, you would be able to see that. But, I mean, some of this you're not going to be able to see. Like, sometimes this glitches out through the back, but, I mean, it's, like, so unnoticeable. Unless you're, like, out and you're, like, specifically looking for that. But I do want to put these barrels kind of, like, here so there's, like, sort of an ending. You know, like, this is the end, but it's not really the end of the trench. They just got some barrels here. Maybe we could put some little ones on top of it. Put some little ones in the front. Because right about at this point, you're going to already be turning anyways. Like, you're really not going to see that much of this anyways, so. I could make that explode, to be honest with you, and just have you, like, turn. Okay, so he said, let's build the animatronics real quick before I forget. Let's get out of the plate. And let's go to, we gotta go to animatronics. And let's find the closest person to a World War I looking guy, which is gonna be pretty hard. I guess we're probably gonna have to go with a cowboy, a cop, or a British person. We can't, the British people look so realistic to what, I mean, even though they are, you know, British, and they're not, you know, they're in that age of, you just can't change the color. It's so upsetting. I mean, it's gonna probably end up being a cop. I mean, revolvers were invented back then. Like, is there, like, why couldn't there be a cowboy without a mask? There's a cowboy that falls without a hat, or I mean, shoots without a hat, which is so stupid because they all have hats on except for that one guy. Whatever. Let me see if there's on the workshop, if there's something colorable red coat. That's all I need, is just the option. I mean, I'll download that right now. Blue coat. Let's see if that's a thing. Let's delete this. Let's go to, can you look up just animatronics? I don't know. If you can just look up animatronics, whatever. We'll figure it out later. Steam is like so confusing sometimes. Alright, well, I guess we'll just have no soldiers for now. But let's see how this looks in the aspect of the game for the Kubrick ride. See how this is looking. What's up, Omar? Thanks for coming out to the stream, Big Phil. How you doing, man? But let me take a picture on my phone of what Liam said, because I'm not looking that up again. The only thing that Fortnite that matters is the Graham the gnome. Yes. I hope people in eastern Louisiana and Arkansas are doing okay from the hurricane. Oh, by the way, this looks better at nighttime. Just having some issues here. No one told me the season was ending, and I'm going to miss the battle pass again. You're not going to miss the battle pass. You're not going to miss the battle pass, Zach. The battle pass literally started today. The battle pass literally started today. Okay, so this is a little bit weird, considering that this back wall to our left needs to be raised up a little bit more. And then we'll be able to turn this way and then see the battle scene. Moshe is coming to Yeet Earth. Oh, by the way, speaking of Yeet Earth, I'm not saying that I have left. I just probably not going to play on it at all. I gave my land to Brady Badly Animates. He has the land now. Yeah, I played the one tutorial day and I just didn't come back. I'm definitely not going to have any time, man. I am freaking busy as heck. I am super duper busy. So sorry at Yeet Earthers, but I cannot yeet with you this time. The park is getting laggy. The park's not getting laggy. That's just the stream. My brother's downloading a Fortnite update, and I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it, so that's the issue. But it's not the park. It definitely is not the park. Can I select on these and just move these back? Break this from this scene. Can I break that from the scene? I gotta go into it and then break it from it. Yep. Okay, split that. We'll click on this. We'll click on that. And we'll go into here. And we'll go bling blong. We'll select all those. Break those from the scene. Click on this again. Oh, no. How do I merge these together? I click I and then I. And then press merge the scene. And then we'll move that back. There we go. Beautiful. We'll put those barrels a little bit farther back because it did seem like it was sort of a closer ending than I would like it to. Maybe you can have them explode too while we're here. Maybe you can have them explode before we go turn to the side. But yeah, it's going to be very difficult this upcoming semester to stream at all. I do have an idea, though, to kind of get... What I do know is daily streams are going to cease to be existing. 100... I don't want to say 100%, but daily streams are not going to be every day anymore. I think I'm going to stream with Zach. I mean, well, I still got to talk to Zach. And he needs to figure out everything he's doing in his life. But I probably have Zach and I stream like one day during the week, if he's cool with that. I don't want to stream with Zach on the weekend because I probably going to not be available on the weekends. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but it's not going to be daily streams. We're probably going to stream like 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 4 times. So Planet Coaster series probably going to end this while in school at some points. I don't know. I can't tell you what it is. It's going to 100% change though. It's going to change. Something's changing, and I would probably rather have Planet Coaster be when I'm not stressed out, because like right now I'm super stressed and I'm trying to make something. And I have to take my time with it. So like I have nothing else to do. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I don't know. I do not know what is going on. So sorry. I'm just letting you guys know that it is going to change. It's not going to be like Good Gaming. I'm going to take some shots at you, Good Gaming. Good Gaming, please, 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 Good Gaming, please, if you're listening to this, please. Good Gaming, please, 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 please. Don't schedule that many videos a week. You're busy. I hate waking up every day and it says video is canceled. Just give yourself an extra day. You've been doing this for like weeks. Please, please, please. Just Good Gaming, please. Just schedule one less video a week. You'll be fine. Just be fine, because every day it's like I wake up on Twitter and it's like videos canceled, videos delayed, videos postponed. Like, you don't just give yourself one extra day. Just cancel one video. Just one, please. And then you'll be fine. And if you get extra time to post another video, then you could say bonus video, you know? Just you're working yourself too much, Good Gaming. All right, let's see how this looks at nighttime. There is no lights in here. Let's see how this Kubrick ride's looking. Oh, well, let's speed it through because I want to see how it looks with the beginning. Oof, Liam, plug that phone in. Okay, here we go. Honestly, once school starts, I won't be able to watch that much. True, me. True. I might just do videos. I do want to much time. Maybe 1 hour streams, like Zach did. Or does. Because, I mean, Zach knows what he's doing. He's very busy. He's more busy than I am. And I'm over here complaining. Did you hear that Walmart is going to try to buy TikTok? Like, why? I did not hear about that. But, we'll see what happens, man. I think Walmart maybe they'll do a better job than Microsoft, because Microsoft buys stuff so they kill it. Microsoft only buys stuff to kill it. That's about it. And I'm surprised they haven't killed I'm surprised they haven't killed not Fortnite. I'm surprised they haven't killed Minecraft at this point. I mean, they're starting to do microtransactions. Oh, this is another scene that we have to make it look like it's the daytime. Even though a lot of World War I movies, or I mean, a lot of World War I battles were kind of done at nighttime. This is going to have to be during the day, because if you haven't seen the movie, it's done during the day for a specific reason. For a politic reason, technically, in the movie. Now it's Walmart too. Maybe McDonald's should too. They should advertise stuff. Oh, that would be awful. Oh no, my phone is dying. I'll be back in my Terminator voice. I'll most likely be delaying videos when I play Planet Coaster. Yeah. What you got? This is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I love Good Gaming's content. I love everyone's content. But this is the issue here with me, too. This is the same thing that's going to fall in, the same thing with Good Gaming. Good Gaming's so busy making good content that he just doesn't have enough time to post them. So I'm just recommending, from a person aspect, take an extra day to edit and post one less video. It's, especially if you have never done YouTube before, if you've never done, media, or if you've never done anything. Just take a little bit of extra time. I mean, daily streams are very stressful. You got to talk, read everyone's comments. People have heart attacks on stream. I have heart attacks on stream, It's very stressful. It's hard to do it every single day. It's not easy. Videos are definitely... videos are 100% harder to make daily than live streams. Facts. Especially quality videos like Good Gaming's. I mean, it really takes some time. So, like, for example, if I live stream, for example, what's up, Wicked, by the way? For example, today, let's say that I'm making this video, right? I'm making this video. Now, I wouldn't be talking most of this. I would be just time-lapsing it and building it. And this would probably last about a minute to five minutes at max, showing, some of the building. And, then we cut and we have, start working on this. And then cut and have that. And we can have, this whole thing done in, 20 minutes. But what the live stream issue is, I got to stop, read your guys' comments, got to do that. Then I got to do, look at everything, make sure everything's looking good, and fill the gap with my audio. Which I'm not saying that I do not have any issue with that. Just, the thing is, picture the live stream as me. Picture the live stream as the video that I recorded. And then I have to spend at least 3 to 5 hours editing it. And then upload it to YouTube, which could take an hour to 2. And now your 20-minute video is 10 hours to do, which is longer than a live stream. So that's why that's daily uploads for YouTube videos are very difficult, and usually are done by production people, because you have the resources of, you have people to edit. You have people to set everything up. You have script writers. You have all of that stuff. If you're doing it by yourself, you don't have the time. I mean, you got to stop, and then you got to think about making a thumbnail. You don't know, thumbnails could take some time. My Sims thumbnails, I'm trying to make the Sims thumbnails look really nice, and definitely clickbaity. Not gonna lie on that. But, my thumbnails for the Sims take me at least an hour to do. I could crank out some garbage ones. I mean, I could do stuff like that, but I would rather take that little bit of time for the long term. That's why the Sims videos are getting trimmed down when they're over. So we live stream it, then I spend another 2 hours trimming it down. Some of the edits, I'm not going to lie, are quite nasty. And we go back and look at the Sims series. But, that little bit of extra time could really go a long way. For example, I'm pretty sure it's Job Simulator. It's something I've trimmed a couple of my streams down. Oh, the City Skylines War ones. I've always trimmed them down to about an hour. I'm not trying to get down to 20 minutes. I ain't got that much time. The City Skylines War. For some reason, that's my most popular video. Thanks, by the way. But I trimmed those series down, and if I left them as full live streams unedited, they would not have a lot of views on them. The only reason why they have a lot of views on them is because people see, oh, an hour. That's reasonable enough time to watch something. Oh, that's, 45 minutes. That's reasonable. Some videos I do trim down to like 20 minutes and stuff like that, or 10 minutes or whatnot. I usually don't trim streams down to 10 minutes. I usually try to keep it for streams. I usually try to keep an hour in because, obviously you need, you obviously need, content in there. So like people understand that you are live streaming, you are talking to a chat. But, yeah, it's very difficult to do it all as a one-man gig. It is very difficult. And you have to manage school, and you have to manage your family life, and you got to do all your chores, and you got to do your homework. It's not easy. And I've been going to school part-time, and I'm going full-time, and I'm about to have an internship with this, or I hope I get the internship. Might not get it. I'm not going to be upset if I don't get it. But if I get that, then I'm going to probably do weekly uploads because it's going to be overload. We'll see what happens. Once again, I don't want to promise. You guys just got to be expected for change. If anything happens, watch Zach. Because Zach is, I'm filling in for Zach. Zach will be filling in for me. Zach's like, what? Yes, I expect you, Zach, to do 5-hour streams every single stream. So we'll see what happens. You would have no time if you would have time if you don't sleep, Zach says. Yes. But the issue with that is, then, I see the thing. I think the thing is, every semester, it's always stressful. You guys will see, you'll see how it changes. At the beginning of every semester, I get super stressed out. Every semester, I get super stressed. But then usually I go like halfway through the semester and feel like, and then I just realize, wow, like this is like a joke. The thing is I am that person that has to be the overachiever. Like, I don't have to be, but I, for some reason, am. Or try to be. I don't know why. And not saying that that's a bad thing. It just means, like, I try to get all my homework done by, like, by time it's Friday, I try to get all the homework done. I try to get all my homework done as soon as possible, just because if I get it done, then if I can get my streams done, right, if I get my homework done before everything, then I can start streaming again. And, that's probably what we're going to be battling through, so we will see. We'll see. I just wanted to give you guys another update, what is going on. And, we'll find out maybe everything's just a blow-off, not a blow-off class, but I mean, maybe we'll find out that it's just not as scary, I guess you could say. Maybe it's not as stressful. Or it's going to be twice as worse and everything is worse, but we'll find out. I need a full wall. Ugh. Signs in plain sight. Okay, my phone is plugged in. What did I miss? Did you miss me? I of course missed you, Liam. Zach, do you sleep sometimes? Does the game have barbed wire? Oh, I was complaining about that though. I was complaining about that. I don't know if it has barbed wire. If not, we will try our hardest to put barbed wire in. In this picture alone, oh, that's not the picture that I had up, but we're gonna need a ton of barbed wire. You are correct. We are gonna need a ton of barbed wire. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna bring this wall here, because obviously we're gonna have some I mean, we're gonna have, like, we're definitely gonna have lag issues eventually. We can just delete all that. And we can just, I mean, we can delete these blocks down here too. You know, let's leave the gingerbread's not too much of an issue. Let's save that there. Why do that now when you can put it off to tomorrow? Yeah, that's not, don't listen to Liam. I'm sorry, Liam. I can't. I'm not that kid. I hate, the worst thing is I hate people that are not on time, man. AJ doesn't like it when people are not on time either. I may or may not have been late a couple times, AJ. Okay. AJ's like, I know. I know. But I hate it when people cannot do time, man. Like, especially, it gets me upset because, especially if it's like I need, like, sometimes you need stuff. You need stuff done, like, now. Especially if you're in the media field, like, you need stuff done now. And it's so frustrating when people are like, we'll get that done later. Like, I always remind I'll remind somebody. I'll be, like, sitting next to him, like, hey, what's going on, AJ? I really need, like, hey, oh no, I'll go like, hey, AJ, can you, AJ, where are you at with your graphic, you know, the graphics? You gonna be done anytime soon? And then AJ will respond like, I'll get it done tomorrow, or something like that. And oh my God, do not dare say that to me. Then I'll respond with, hey man, I really need that now. And then they'll respond, yeah, I'll get it done tomorrow again. Like, they'll repeat themselves. And oh my goodness, like, can you work on it now because you're sitting there doing nothing? Like, most of the time people are sitting there doing nothing. That's the issue. Is most of the time people are doing nothing. That's what I'm trying to get to. I mean, I understand if they're busy working on something, I won't ask. And I'll understand, you know, get it done tomorrow, that's fine because you're busy. But when people are not busy and they're just doing, that's what pisses me off. Let's see if there's barbed wire in base games. There's definitely a bunch of, definitely a lot of stuff that kind of looks like barbed wire. Well, of course that's not going to stay out the entire time. There probably is something that looks like barbed wire. I thought there was a lot. Maybe there isn't. What is this? Mutant's head. Okay, we'll figure that out later. It sounds like the procrastination. Oh, sounds like it. Need it yesterday. Yes, that's a good line as well. I needed it yesterday. Okay, so we're gonna make another box here. Just like this one. Oh, no, actually. The box is going to need to start here. This is just the tunnel. I forgot about that. All right. This is just a tunnel. The box will be... through this hole here, which I think our character may or may not get glitched in here, so we might have to start a little bit early. But that should be fine. We obviously have some issues here with this. How can we fix that? Well, this we can move in a little bit, I think. I mean, it's connected. There's something here, though. I would love to just push it this way. Okay, we obviously gotta fix this. This needs to get fixed, but, alright. That's an easy peasy lemon squeezy fix. You just actually a couple delete buttons. We do gotta patch these holes up. This is gonna be definitely an issue. I think there's pillar, no, they're not called pillars, they're called panels. I think we could just get a white or a black panel and just stick it in there. This panel column. Of course, the column is just thin enough to not be useful. What about this? Can I stick it on this side? It's just thin enough to not be useful. Bruh. I guess we'll paint this blue. Because we've been painting everything else blue. We'll paint this blue too. Paint that blue there. Duplicate this. Put this on this side as well. May have some issues. But I don't think it's going to be that biggie of an issue. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we could use these smaller ones here, maybe. Paint that one green or that brown. Let's go with that green. I think the green is saved. The green is not saved. Oh, shoot. Let's copy that green. Control C. Control V. This one doesn't matter too much. Considering you're not going to see this probably at all. This side, you're probably not going to see it all from here. So we'll leave that as blue. I know that should look okay. Let's get on the ride, see what it's looking like. I needed it last week, bruh. You could use the tumbleweeds for barbed wire if you can paint them gray. Ooh, I'm not sure if you can paint them gray, but I do know there's tumbleweeds, I think. I've never seen gray tumbleweeds, only brown. Speaking of brown, where's Dr. Brown? Yeah, he's probably busy. He's probably busy. Okay, beautiful. Okay, obviously, you know, this is supposed to be the battlefield, but obviously the people are focused in what's going down here. I hope. You know, sometimes you can only do so much in a video game. But we'll have the lighting sort of be okay, hopefully. Gotta bring this over a little bit here, and then we'll start doing some of that tumbleweeds and some other things. Those little bit of details on the side will definitely help. This is just to blend that in, you know, just sort of give that thing. But we'll try to get some tumbleweeds in. We'll try to get some barbed wire in. We'll try to get some things in. I hope we can paint the tumbleweeds gray, like Zach says. Because if they could, that would actually look like the most realistic. If not, we'll be fine. Tomorrow, we're not ending it right now. Tomorrow, this is going to be probably the thing we're going to be doing the most of is working on this big box here and putting in all the you know, this is going to be the battlefield. So we're going to have a ton of explosions. There is some explosions here, but we're going to need, like, this is more of the hype up to that. And then this is going to be the big battle scene here. So that's what we're going to need to do. But today we're just going to work on this little bridge section, sort of get the vibe in, see what we can do. Because once we have this all set up, then we can kind of go like, oh, hey, you know, we could just copy and paste stuff. I mean, we can copy and paste the barrels. We can copy and paste the barbed wire. We're going to need holes in the ground. We're going to need, you know, or explosions. You know, we're going to have everything sort of set up there. Let's see if the tumbleweeds are They might not be called tumbleweeds in the game. Yeah, they're not called tumbleweeds in the game. They do exist, though. I'm pretty sure. There's definitely... I mean, well... What about these Corsica bushes? Or crease... I can't say anybody's things, right? I mean, these kind of look like barbed wire, don't they, kind of, guys? I mean, it's kind of hard to see from there. But these kind of look like... I mean, they do look like bushes. And there was a bunch of dead bushes and a bunch of dead trees. But that kind of looks like barbed wire. Put some of that down. I'm definitely going to try to see after the stream's over if there's any in the shop. I said I wasn't going to use the Steam shop until the end. Or I mean, not at all in this park. And I haven't yet. But I do want to see if there's those red coat guys that are colorable. If there's red coat guys that you can change the colors from, like, the red coats to blue. Like, that's all I need. Like, that's the only mod that I would... I don't think there's mods, but that's the only thing that I need. Is just the animatronic to change colors, and I'll be fine. Because then I could use that for, like, literally 90% of my scenes. We can go back to the good, the bad, the ugly ride and change out all those red coat guys and make them blue. Because they're, like, the Union people. You can, you know, change the other side to gray. And, like, that'll actually work really well. And for this ride, obviously, even though it's World War I, and obviously there wasn't, you know, they weren't using muskets. I mean, muskets look pretty, I mean, not pretty real. I mean, they look enough realistic to a rifle, because they used a lot of rifles and bolt-action rifles back then for the infantry to be, you know, like, good enough. Alright, so we'll put some dead trees in there. Maybe we can try to find some more dead bushes or something. I mean, like, that's all I think we really needed. I'll just take another look anyways. You got some vines here. Maybe vines could work. Like, these are big vines. Oh, did we look for barbed wire? I think we did. I don't think that exists. But blood is dark blue. Blood is red. Please don't get me down this road. Blood is red. Everyone says it's blue in your veins. The only reason why your blood is blue in your veins is because when the light from your eye looks at your skin, no matter what color you are, looks at your skin, they see it's blue because there's not enough light penetrating through your skin to show that your blood is a dark red. And it changes colors because of the depth of light, and it makes it look like it's blue. It's an optical illusion. You know how they got the optical illusions when you're driving down a very long road and it looks like there's water at the end? That's the same thing with your arm. And I know, Liam, you don't give me a hard time at all. But AJ gives me the hardest time in the world. So I'm not upset with you. AJ's gonna be like, actually... I love you, AJ. I love you, Liam. But please... But please. Alright, so that looks pretty decent. Maybe we could find some sort of... maybe we can have a campfire in here. I didn't even think about doing that. Put a campfire in here. Like, turn it off. You would not have a... You probably wouldn't have a campfire in there, because people would just get exploded on if there was something like that. Because in World War I, you do not... It was the pet peeve. You could smoke, obviously, but never hold the match for 3 cigarettes or something. It's something. It's something because people the third. If you held the match longer than 3 seconds, you would get sniped. So that was like a legit thing that happened all the time. Like that's what I'm saying in these movies. That you see them running across the field. I mean, you would have got sniped if you ran across the field by yourself. Sniped. Except for if you did it at nighttime. But hey, what do I know? Okay, Liam says, what about a brush that explodes? Yeah, let's do some explosions. I'm having so many disconnections right now. That's infuriating me. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, we'll have some explosions here. I was trying to do some really nice explosions coming up here, actually, before we go into the next part. I would want to have more realistic explosions. But we'll have a bush that explodes here. We'll have a bush that explodes here. And then we'll have one here. Go like this. Put another one over here. But I want it to be sort of hyped up as we're going through, you know. No, Claude. It turns red when it hits oxygen, but nice explanation. Hold on. Now I gotta look this up. Did I just lie to everyone? Let's see. Maybe you're right, Liam. Is your blood blue? Maybe you're right. Liam's probably right. But I have to look it up.
Maybe you've heard that blood is blue in our veins because when headed back to the lungs, it lacks oxygen. But this is wrong. Human blood is never blue. The bluish color of veins is only an optical illusion. Blue light does not penetrate as far into tissue as red light.
I knew it! I knew it!
Maybe you've heard that. Blood.
Wait, what?
Is blue in our veins because when headed back to the lungs, it lacks oxygen. But this is wrong. Human blood is never blue. The bluish color of veins is only an optical illusion. Blue light does not penetrate as far into tissue as red light.
I knew it. Yes! And here's another explanation because I remember hearing about somebody argue about this before. And the thing that got me was that really made me think about it is if it was lacking oxygen, right? If it was lacking oxygen, when you go to the doctor to get your blood, when you donate blood, or if you donate blood, or if you lights for hallway. If you donate blood, or if you donate blood, they take your syringe, and the syringe has no oxygen in a syringe. There's no oxygen in a syringe, so why isn't your blood blue in there? You know, like there's no oxygen in a syringe. You're getting it straight from you're getting it when you put the syringe in your, well, you shouldn't be doing that, by the way. A doctor, trained professional, should be doing it. When the doctor puts the syringe in you, they suck the blood out, you know, for a blood test. There's the only thing it's hitting is your vein, and it's sucking the blood straight out of your vein, which it should be blue. Because they always poke a blue blade. Sorry, Liam, I had to. I knew it. I was about to say. I knew I wasn't wrong on that. Which, by the way, why does Claude know these random facts? Because I have no time. So I'm sorry, Liam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Liam. I'm sorry. But I just knew, I'm sorry. Was there only 4? I thought I put more than 4. Maybe I only did put 4. Okay, so we will put down special effect 1 can go off at 0 seconds. This can go off. Which is this one? This one can go off at 2 seconds. That's the next one down there. This one can go off at 5 seconds. This one can go off at 7 seconds. That might be too fast because I'm trying to time these up with the thing. You honestly just gotta wait for this thing to go through like 8 times. You just gotta wait. We live in a simulation. Why is Claude getting his information from a robot? Claude a bot. Zach, that's his true voice. What? They lie. Not real. Claude's not real. Don't believe the lies. Lied to me. I'm not lying to you. It's kind of makes sense though, because no one can realistically be this good at a planet coaster. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves there. Here's a lie. Here's a lie. The government is here. AJ. It is true, deep, dark color in there. Liam. Where did I get that? Where was that fact from? We'll take a look in 3 seconds. That's the first thing that I popped up. I'm not saying that it's a credible source or anything, but that's the first thing that I saw. So that went off too early. Those bushes are, you know what? Those are not actually too bad. That last one went off way too early though. It's not really an issue with the thing itself. These are just too close, you know. This needs to be pushed back a little bit more. It's like you can't really see it. I mean, you can see it. This needs to be moved a little bit more in. Timing's good, but just need to be moved a little bit more in. Take our little barbed wire bush here. Put that right there. And then these timings need to be changed. Here's the link for that blood fact. Control Shift T opens up the last thing. Here we go. It is possible to make. Is it possible to make the ride shake when the explosions happen? I actually could do that, Zach. You are not wrong. I can do that. I can turn the ride, because this is a robotic arm. The robotic arm apparently has a lot of controls. I know I can move it left to right. I could maybe try to make it turn left and right through here. We'll do that in a second. Let me get these timed up a little bit better. But I think we could definitely do that. This goes off way too early. Make this 7 seconds. Make this like 14 seconds. Maybe that's a little bit more timed up. But we could try. We could definitely try. Like, I have it pretty stable. Just so you could see the scenes. But, I mean, we could rock it. I mean, that would be kind of cool, actually. And obviously we need soldiers in here, too. That one's good. That one goes a little bit early. 14 seconds a little early. Let me make that 20 seconds. And then maybe we can do some other things. Maybe 20 seconds is 20. We'll do 20 seconds. We'll make this one 8 seconds. I probably should add another explosion on here, too. It seems very, like, it happens quick, and then there's, like, nothing. We should probably, yeah, definitely add a couple more explosions here. What's up, William? Thanks for coming out to the stream. Or we can make some of these barrels explode. We could do that. Let's do that. I mean, instead of having them all explode above ground, let's make everyone kind of feel very tense the entire time. I'm definitely game for that. When you go in, like Simon says, when you get on this ride, you have a heart attack. No, you have PTSD. Okay, so we need to put an explosion. Let's just use a barrel. I mean, let's use the barrels. And then at the end, we'll have like a big explosion over here. Do not want all the barrels to explode, but... so this website seems highly suspicious. I haven't seen this ride. I don't know yet. Yeah, you probably haven't seen this ride. That means they paid to get their stuff there on the first page of the site. LOL sack. Liam. Okay, let's find the barrel here. Where is the barrel at? Goodness me. That's the back one. That's the back one. That's the front. Okay, so these are the back ones. So the back one should probably go at like 25 seconds. This is also the back one. Okay, that's 25 seconds. Don't have to deal with that again. What's this one? Okay, so this doesn't need to be 25 seconds. But where is that in between? So that's right here. That's at 8 seconds. So maybe we should make this 7.7 seconds. And where is this timed pretty close to? I think there's an explosion over here in that bush. Here we are. This is 20 seconds. So this one would need to be 18. And where is this one at? This one's the back. We'll take this to 25. All right, now we'll just run that through, see how that looks at the end. And we're probably going to have to make some more adjustments. There's a lot of adjustments in this game. A lot of adjustments. All right, here we go. Kubrick ride, go through the screen. Come through here. Definitely probably, I mean, this scene isn't really that detailed. I mean, it's pretty, like, you know, classic, not details. Those old movies that have a ton of them. I mean, you're not wrong for them having paid to be the first on Google. You're not wrong there. This is just telling me that there are not 9 planets, but only 8, and we have microplanets to go figure more lies. I still don't understand why. I'm. You know what? I do know why they kind of said Pluto's not a planet anymore. It's because it's. It's, you know, obviously 25 seconds is hella too long on that. And there needs to be another explosion on the rides. I mean, it's in that asteroid belt where there's a lot of things, you know. But I still don't feel like they could have kept the name, you know. They could have kept it as a planet. But it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Is there a explosion that's off of it? Here we are. We need one more. And we definitely need, like, an explosion, like, here on this tree. By the way, this is just the small aspects of explosions. We're going to have definitely a lot more. hallway FX. Is there anything that explodes there? I don't think so. Except for this. Okay, so what is the nearest timing to that? Why are these not in order? This is 18 seconds. So this last one's going to have to be like 15 seconds. And we're just going to have to pick it up and move it. If it'll let me grab it, of course. Move that in, grab it, and we'll move that to here, I guess. I do like how it's yellow. It really does blend in. And we'll get on the ride, see if that time's up. A lot of Planet Coaster, like I said, is just really waiting. This is the fireworks show. Picture this is the fireworks show. Like, you have to wait, like, it's 7 minutes to just... I mean, I split them in sections, but once again, at the end finale, you have to wait 3-4 minutes to just You have to like, listen to the same song over and over and over and over again. And that's why I don't do some of those things on here. That goes off way too late. 15 seconds is way too long on that. And I feel like that next thing, too, like, goes off too late as well. I think that is an issue, too. I think that's a problem here. What is this? 15 seconds? That needs to go off at, like, 12 seconds. And this one's 18 seconds. So that definitely wasn't even seen. That's why I think there isn't anything over there. So this goes at 14 seconds. And we'll run that through. We'll jump back on the ride. See what's going on. I mean, this is like, I mean, watch. Like, picture that. Picture that. You saw that little bit of adjustment that it's off like 3 seconds. Picture that's the fireworks show. You got to now listen to a whole 4-minute song again. Which the songs were low-key fire at the beginning, but after listening to them like the 60th time, it's like, okay. I am glad that I went back to watch them again. Speaking of Disney, the guy that watches our channel, he released a great fireworks show yesterday on his channel. I think he put it in hashtag promos. It took him 2 months to make the fireworks show that he posted yesterday. 2 months to make his fireworks show. That's more than I did. I only spent one real-life day. 25 hours, I think, or 24 hours. I stopped counting after that. There's 12, Liam. Yes, AJ. I'm making a new part. That's something like Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Oh, I didn't even know that was even a thing. Plus, Claude, my veins aren't blue, but greens. There's that. No, they shouldn't be green, Liam. That's another problem. I figured out why hashtag Mario World Party is trending on Twitter. It is because the comic books don't have enough female superheroes, and some people are upset. I thought it was because I thought people were upset with it because they were on Fortnite. Oh my god. What's up, Rick? How are you doing, man? All right, that looks good. Okay, that looks good. All right. By the way, the people that are upset about the comic books not having enough women in it are the same people that praised Stan Lee when he died. I just do want to point that out. I think I'm making a very realistic ride because I'm spending a lot of time like you, Claude, and you do the theming. Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Six Flags Fiesta is the one in Arlington. I don't know. I've never been there. They probably only have one in Texas. Rick says, "Welp." What? 2 months? Yeah, Disney posted a thing. He spent 2 months on his fireworks show. I would love to show it, but he uh he spent a long time on it. I would definitely recommend it. He posted in hashtag promos on our Discord. But yeah, he spent a long time on it. I think we need to do a little bit of details on. Oh, we got to do the lights now. We got to do the lights. So let's hook those up. Let's grab these lights. These 3 strings of light should be fine. We're going to keep them at ghost height and send them in. Oh, by the way, William, I love how you spend all your details on your parks. I love how you spend your details on your parks. It really makes your stuff come alive. And I think more people should kind of like watch you, do stuff like that, because it is not easy to do details. And I like how you do them, especially like how you make those custom supports. Custom supports, by the way, are probably very part heavy for you. But I mean, once again, you're just doing the coasters themselves. So, obviously you need those for those. But I mean, if you're doing like the whole park like me, obviously you cannot waste time on those like custom supports for that. But I mean, you're the roller coaster guys, so if it's worth it to you, then it's definitely worth it to me. So I do like how you do those though. So keep it up, man. Keep up the good work. Okay, so let's connect these lights to this thing here. Obviously, yeah, I'm not gonna do custom supports, sadly, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so that should be working there now. Let's see how this looks now at nighttime. Obviously, there is a scene in here that doesn't look like there's a lot, but I mean, in the movie, there isn't a lot there anyways. That's the issue. Like, the first scene we go into, maybe we can add our own details. We definitely need a door here, too, or a transitional effect. But we're not going to put those in because this is our last ride in this park. So, we'll do that last. Six Flags isn't that the one in Arlington, Texas. Actually, Claude, have you been to Six Flags Great America? Because that's in Chicago. I have been. I've been to Six Flags Great America a couple times. It's in Gurnee. See, this is the thing. Everything is defined as Chicago up here. But, I mean, you haven't been here, so you don't actually know that. But it's technically in Gurnee, but it is a part of Chicago. But it's not at the same. That's the Chicago vibe. But yeah, I have been there. It is kind of nice. That's kind of, I mean, it is nice there. I mean, it's just roller coaster rides. I mean, like your parks, Liam. Like I'm a big theme park guy. So I like doing the rides, as you know. But it is fun there. There is still details and there is still themes, but I mean most of the time the themes are like it just says Batman ride or superhero ride, and all you do is you see like a figurine or a cutout or a sign, and like that's the ride. Like that's the theming of the ride. And I want to do a park like that eventually, where it's just this, you stick it there and then you focus on the coaster. But I wanted to do the coasters last. Okay, that didn't stay on, but we will have to adjust those timings there. First off, it comes on too late. That's the first thing we are having an issue with. So we got to change the trigger sequence, move it a little bit closer. And I think I might have to dull it out a little bit as well. It seems very bright. Move this a little bit closer. And we're going to have to change these timings as well. So, by the way, Disney, if you're watching this, how do you make it so your light, like he had lights that faded. He had lights that like faded between each other. Like I don't know how to do that. Mine just turn on or turn off. Like there's no fade. Just goes bling bling. I mean, I mean, it's kind of a challenge to make a intermediate and Carolina wins from Carolina because it's the Yeet Lord in 2 weeks on the server because I am Yeet Duke. Yeah, you know, you gotta take some time. You gotta take some breaks from some stuff. Um, what is his channel? I don't know. It's in the Discord. I'll post a link to it at the end of the stream. I'll post a link in the chat so you can check it out. I mean, Six Flags Great America Ride, Great America. I mean, if so, have you been on the Max Force? No, I have not been on the Max Force, and I haven't been there recently. It's in Chicagoland. Yeah, Chicagoland apparently goes down to Joliet. For people that don't know where Joliet is, Joliet's like pretty much like halfway through Illinois. It's not halfway through Illinois, but I mean, it's far enough down to be like definitely out of Chicago's reach. But apparently that's where it is because that's where the NASCAR track is in Joliet. Joliet is a big city, by the way, but it is definitely not Chicago. But I mean, it says it's Chicagoland, so I guess it is technically Indiana. By the way, like technically, what is it? What's the big? So technically, North Wisconsin is Chicago, and technically North Indiana is Chicago as well. Because Chicago, not saying that Chicago, like Indiana does not care about northern Indiana. They only care about really the South Indiana and Indianapolis area, which is in the South. They don't really care about North Indiana too much. The same thing with Wisconsin. Wisconsin does not like southern Wisconsin because they're not anything like northern Wisconsin at all. It's very weird. So technically, South Wisconsin is like Chicago lights. North Indiana is like Chicago lights, and Illinois is like 50% Chicago, rest of it farm fields. Same thing with Springfield. Springfield is based in the south of Illinois, but they don't care about the south of Illinois. They only care about Chicago. And being the third biggest city in the United States, there comes with benefits and non-benefits. Do you want me to make a horror game for you, Claude? On Roblox, I would say no, just because I'm gonna have not that much. I'm not gonna have that much time here to play, and I don't know what's happening. I'm not gonna have enough time to do a lot of things, and I do not want to promise that I'm gonna look at anything. I did say I was gonna look at some park reviews and maybe do that instead of streams. Maybe I might look at a horror game thing for a video, but I don't know. I don't want to be like, I'm gonna like, oh, I'll play it, and then like 4 years later I'll look at it. I mean, I'm really busy, so I don't want to like promise something. I hope you understand. Oh, you know what we forgot? We forgot to put the soldiers in. You know what? We're gonna look in the workshop and see if there's the animatronics that change the people. That's what I wanted to do. And those lights need to stay on just a couple seconds longer. But that looks pretty decent to me. Gotta stay on a couple seconds longer. 30 seconds was actually a pretty good guess for that. Usually I'm not that good at guessing. We'll go with 35 seconds. If they stay on a lot longer, that's fine. They're going to turn off anyways. They could also turn off in sequences because technically behind them. But I don't know. Yes, the Max Force 1 and the S&S air compression launch coaster, and you're going to some coaster enthusiast if you say the front of the ride's name. Well, they shouldn't have named it that then. Chicago, Illinois is Chicago for everyone. The rest of the country, yes. What? That's why Gary, Indiana is in Central. That's why Gary, Indiana is Central Time. Yeah. People, people, people. I mean, I don't honestly care because technically, the city that I was grew up in was technically Chicago, but technically wasn't named Chicago because people forget that Chicago is a city, but it overreaches a bunch of things to saying like everything's really blended together. Like technically yes, technically no, but technically yes. So that's why I say from Chicago because I actually don't know where I'm from. um, this light may be just too white. Let's dull that down a little bit, make it a little bit more gray. I mean, it's supposed to be a World War II movie, and it's supposed to be during the daytime, and it's supposed to be a dark ride. Obviously, it's not going to be a dark ride, but it just needs to be a little bit darker than what it is right now. Like maybe that. I mean, that's quite dark. And I don't like using the floating lights, but that's what we're going to do because there's no other way to do it. I mean, there's other ways to do it, but I'm not going to do it the other ways because I'm hella lazy. But yeah, the Northwest Indiana is technically Chicago because like I said, because it's close enough to people that don't want to live in Illinois. Okay, people don't want to live in Illinois. Fact, because the taxes here are the highest in the country. The 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 if you live in Chicago, you are paying the highest amount of taxes in the country. Because of we'll just say the politics. I won't get down to reasons why or right or wrong or not, but it is the highest, and Illinois is the highest overall sort of state tax. I mean, of course, as of 5 years ago, that's the last time I checked, was 5 years ago on the taxes. But I mean, people move to Indiana because taxes are lower there. People move to North Wisconsin because the taxes are lower there. That's the reason why they're moving there. They're not moving there. Their jobs are in the city of Chicago. The taxes are high in the city of Chicago. So if you just Chicago is Chicago is the connection point of the United States. That has the most. I think it has the most train lines that go to it. It or maybe not maybe the most, but it was the most at a time. It does connect the lines. If you want to go across the United States, you have to go to Chicago and then go somewhere else. But there's enough train lines here that people can just get on the metro train or get on another train or get to the city from pretty much anywhere in the United States. So you can technically live in, northern Wisconsin. You can live in northwest Indiana. You jump on the train, you get there in an hour. You don't have to drive or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. I mean, I can jump on the train from my house. I'm not going to say how long it's going to take to get there because you can guess where I live, but you could just jump on the train and I could be there and, anywhere between, on a good day, if it goes a direct route from my area, it could take me, 5 minutes or it could take me 45 minutes. I mean, it really depends on how many things are there. Or it could take me 2 hours. It really depends on how many trains are running. There's a lot of trains. I mean, it's very inconsistent for people that don't work downtown. If you work downtown, you'll have everything set up. Like, everything's very scheduled. But it's very, I mean, for, like, people that don't go all the time. I know people that know Chicago because it's the balloon world record. I don't know if that's true. I've never heard of that. Claude, not from Chicago. Claude from I don't know where. What's up, Janko? How you doing, man? Rip taxes are high. I hate taxes. No, California is. Now I have to look it up. Now I have to look it up again. Me and Liam are going to have another argument here. It's fine, though. Okay. Which city... I mean, once again, I don't know. Which city has the most train lines in the United States? Railroad train lines. Let's... Not those train lines. Railroad. Chicago. Most railroad. I'm not talking about trains like the metros, or I mean the red lines, but
Chicago. More major railroads serve Chicago than other U.S. city. 6 out of the 7 existing Class I railroads in the U.S., the largest and most profitable railroads, run through the Chicago area. More major railroads serve Chicago than other U.S. city. 6 out of the 7 existing Class I railroads in the U.S. The largest and most profitable railroads run through the Chicago area.
yes. So Chicago does have the most railroad. New York has the most train lines. New York has the most train lines. Like, you know, the lines that go underground. Chicago built most of them above ground. So they don't really have to deal with all those issues that they're having in New York City. But the issues with New York City is the issues with New York cities and, like, you know, all those problems that they have there is because they have been there for so long. They don't have alleys. They don't have a lot of things that, like, Chicago and Cali have, because they were developed so much later than everything else. Like, New York was the first birthplace of, you know, America, and people were just building stuff to build stuff. There was no alleys. There was no cars there. They were building, like, that's why there's, like, a bunch of just, like, why shit is just so random in New York is because back then shit was just random. I mean, like, if you own the plot from, like, when you own the plot for, when you own a plot of land and your family's had it for the entire history of your existence, like, you technically, you know, like, on the man, like, that's why those buildings are like that. Like, I mean, there's a reason for that. I was talking about taxes. You might be right on taxes. Taxes has changed. It's been about 5 years. Which city has the highest taxes? I mean, you might be right. You might be right. Actually, wrong. You are wrong, and I am wrong. Okay. Well, according to TurboTax, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
1. Bridgeport, Connecticut. As one of the wealthiest cities in America, Bridgeport carries the highest overall tax rate in the nation.
Okay, but which city has the highest taxes? There is another one here that says this. I didn't read it before this.
Chicago. There are over 11,000 sales tax jurisdictions in the United States, with widely varying rates.
But there's also a Cali in it.
Chicago, Illinois and Long Beach, and Glendale, California, impose the highest combined state and local sales tax rates, at 10.25%.
So, okay, so Chicago does have the highest here, but Long Beach and Glendale, California come for second. Jesus. Yeah, don't move to Chicago if you're trying to live. But, yeah, I mean, once again, according to TurboTax, you are right. Or, I mean, we're both wrong, actually. According to TurboTax, Bridgeport has the highest. So, okay, you won, Liam. You won. I don't know why he never opened it as Bridgeport, Connecticut. has the highest tax for a city. Rail is so yesteryear. Wow, lol. Okay, you know what? We'll give one to you, Leo. Okay, but I think that's probably a good place to end it. So let's speed this up, and then we'll take a look at this. Right, 3, 2, 1. So, Fredlings, thank you guys so much for tuning to the Planet Coaster stream today. I know we got 90% of the stream was just me and Liam talking about facts and and AJ and Zach and, you know, all that. But I do want to show you the progress of the Kubrick ride so far. And we will see what, you know, let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see. Tomorrow, we're going to be finishing the rest of the battle sequence. So that'll be awesome. But I do want to appreciate everyone for coming out to the stream today. Little Lego dude, I'm sorry you came out just a fraction of a second too late. I'm sorry, but we're ending it now. So this is what we worked on today. We have worked on the first part of the Pass of Glory. And I'm going to try to update the thumbnail right after this, so it should be up to date with a proper picture, because obviously Cadillacs are not in this scene here. But this is what we made today, this World War I sort of trench bridging scene from one soundstage to the next. And I think it is pretty cool. What do you guys think? That barrel could be moved back a little bit more. And then we need to make a huge battle scene over here, just like we did with the other thing. But before we do that, I need to grab that barrel that explodes. Is it this one? No, it's this one. I do need to move this one back a little bit, because it does seem to be a little early. I'm not going to change the timings. I'm just going to move it. I know. That's cool. Well, thank you, little Lego. You made me make one of these videos where you laugh the video ends. Oh, yes. Maybe that's me. You and Zach, yeah. Zach is always laughing. You can never find him not laughing. Well, let me try to update this thumbnail picture. Let me get a picture real quick, and I'm going to change it so it looks good. Liam, I love you, bro. Just had to give you a hard time, as always. Love everyone in chat. Let's take a picture here, and this will be the updated thumbnail. We got to get the guys in here. We'll see if we got some. Got to see if we can get some battle people and see if they can like change up. Other than I probably will have to use red coats if not. Remember, Fredlings. Remember, Fredlings. A real Fredling makes his own luck. This is Claude from Chicago signing off. Bye, Liam. Bye, Rick. Bye, Lego Dude. Bye, Janko. Bye, AJ. Bye, Zach. Bye.